about geniuses, we think about people who are masters on the SAT. When we think about a genius, we think about somebody who's a great inventor, who's super smart. But the reality is the geniuses have about them a certain principle or concept. And I believe that many of you watching me have that same concept, that you don't just, how can I put it like this? How many of you, this is a good question, how many of you just go along to get along? You hear somebody's idea or they say something to you and you just go along to get along, but really you don't agree with it because there is another way. There's a better way. So instead of rocking the boat, you just go along to get along. And in doing that, it's really not helping, but it's actually hurting. Let me tell you why I say it's actually hurting. Because if you really share what you see and how you see it, I don't care how different it is, that's what God is calling for in this day. I'm looking for somebody who's not afraid to speak something different that will shine a light on an area that is dark, so that people that will stop wondering or consider things mystery and get answers. I love the word of God. It tells us if you desire any wisdom, ask for it. And God will give it to us graciously. And what I'm learning is it's okay to see things differently. Anybody that knows me know that I'm a person that thinks outside the box. I'm just that way. And you may say the sky's green, I'm gonna say the sky's blue. You may say that it's sunny, and I'm gonna say it's partly cloudy. You may say the grass is green, I'm gonna say it's got bugs and weeds. What are you saying, Kerry? There's always a different perspective on something, but most people will not speak their perspective because they're too afraid of being ostracized or looked down upon. But God has actually given you a brain, a mind to see things differently, so that you can help implement change. How many of you know that we're in a time right now where things are changing and they're changing quickly? So if they're changing quickly, God is wanting me to be a part of that change. But here's the problem, and I had to learn this because one of my problems was I felt like if I spoke something differently, he always got to be the one. Or he's the person over there that can't see it like everybody else. Or in the spiritual realm, people say, he's being used by the devil. No, what God is saying is, I'm calling for those who are not afraid to speak and see things from a different perspective and bring more clarity to a cloudy picture. If everybody's going in one direction, I'm gonna tell you something that's funny. If you ask people that are running, you just walk around the corner, there's a whole herd of people running to the right or to the left in a one unison direction. You're gonna go, oh my God, something must be going on because they're running and they're frantic, and so I'm just gonna run too and I'll ask questions later. That mindset has to change, because sometimes people are running because it seems like the right thing to do, and then when you get to where you're going, you find out that you're running from nothing but the truth. Sometimes it takes somebody who's not afraid to go against the grain to say, okay, I hear the concept, but have you ever considered this? Have you ever looked from this perspective? So let me share this with you. We have to come to look at geniuses as people who are operating on a higher mental capacity, who in reality, they're no different than you and I. A genius is no different than us. What it is this: the person stepped out on what they believed. They implemented what they heard in their spirit and in their soul, and it caught like wildfire. It took off like wildfire and implemented change.